So I have this mic whole thing set up. I have the mixer. I'm doing something with my equipment finally. And I thought, okay, I need to start doing these like video type podcast. And so lo and behold, I came to Social Media Week here in Austin, Texas, and look who I found. So this is Sheila. She is La Divina Latina on Instagram.
You got it right.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, La Divina Latina on Instagram. So I've been following you for a really long time now. And I remember a while back, I was telling a really good friend of mine, I kept showing her your Instagram, right? She was like, well, what do you want to do? Like, what do you, and I was like, I really like the way this girl is like coming off. Like, I really like her vibe. I really like the way she just, like, she's just an example of what I feel in the direction that I want to move towards. And I think I was saying that in premises of like, you were just so comfortable with yourself, right? Because you do. So what do you do exactly on your Instagram?
So I partner with brands to like feature anything from like, you know, plus size clothing. I work with a lot of Latinx brands. And I, you know, promote messages of like body positivity, you know, and being confident and, you know, owning the skin that you're in. Yeah. Which is something that I personally feel passionate about because I've been through that journey. That's a personal journey. And then I want to then share what I've gone through with others to help them.
Yeah. So when you say body positivity, that word is thrown around a lot. Mm-hmm. What do you, like, how do you decipher that? What do you feel that means to you?
Well, for me, body positivity means that you know that you're worth at whatever stage that your body is at. So, you know, whether it is that, you know, you're, you know, somebody who's like me, who's like plus size, mm-hmm. or, you know, you're somebody who's thinner or whatever body type or body shape that you're at, you know that you have value and that you have worth and that does not define your worth.
Yeah.
You know? And so, I mean, we all go through changes in our body, you know, as we age and everything like that. I mean, I know that I've been through changes. I mean, I don't have the same body that I had when I was, you know, younger. Yeah. You know, versus the one that I have now. And mm-hmm. my body will change as like I age. Mm-hmm. But, you know, that doesn't mean that I am, you know, at some point, you know, I'm not going to be beautiful anymore. I'm not going to be worthy anymore. Mm-hmm. No, like you are inherently worthy. You are inherently like, beautiful. And that doesn't come from your, you know, whatever your body type is or your shape or your size.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But like I said, I've been following your journey somewhat. And so I feel like there was a shift. Like with last 2 years ago was a shift. And then recently there is a shift. Am I wrong to say that there's a shift right now, even on your Instagram?
Yeah, there has been a shift. I think I am owning much more things that other areas that are important to me, like my heritage mm-hmm. and, you know, what I believe in, my values. You know, I'm more vocal about that. You know, right now is like the Texas like primary. You know, early voting is going on mm-hmm. until tomorrow, right? And so I am a lot more vocal now about like where I stand, you know, on certain issues and things that previously before I hadn't really discussed that, mm-hmm. you know, but I think as I open up more and more, you know, especially like online to the people that, you know, follow me and stuff, you know, I want them to get to know me and, you know where I stand on these issues. And because I think that it's important, you know, we're a community like online, and I do have a sense of like, you know, responsibility as well to bring certain issues, you know what I mean, especially that impact the Latinx community. Yeah. If I have a platform for that, you know, and no matter how, you know, the size of it or whatever, I still have a voice and I still can contribute back to this community. Yeah. And I think that it's important.
You're on social media, and that's where I seen you. Can you tell me how social media, because we're at Social Media Week, right? Yeah. How has social media really like helped you? Has it helped you amplify? Has it helped you, like, where do you stand with social media? Did you jump on board? Did you see what was happening? Like, what could you say about it?
I think for me, the way that I view social media is that I view it as a way to connect with people.
Yeah.
And for me, a way to connect with other women. Because that is who I am speaking to, you know? And women of
women
color.
that you would have never met in real life, right?
Yeah, and I've met, you know, so many. There's women on like social that you know I connect with on social media that I still have yet to meet.
Yeah.
But they feel like they're like my prima or something.
Yeah.
Or somebody, you know, a friend from like high school, you know, and that's an amazing feeling. You know, we've been able to talk from, you know, anything, you know, like personal that they're going through that somehow, you know, they felt like I was a person that they could open up to, you know what I mean? Maybe they're struggling with their body image, or they're struggling to find, you know, like jeans that fit, or, you know, they want to talk to me about something that recently, you know, I posted about, you know, a Latina brand and community, and forming that sort of, you know, alignment and relationships, you know what I mean, which I feel that are important, especially, you know, amongst Latinas, to like uplift each other and know that, you know, this is not about like a competition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that is a message that a lot of us may have gotten when we were very young.
Can I say that how hard that is?
Yes,
when,
it is.
When you say it's not about a competition, but I feel like a lot of the times, we pin ourselves. Not only do we pin ourselves up against each other, but then other people pin up
others.
Yeah,
that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
That's where that whole thing like comes from, about like you feeling like you're in competition with your sister. It comes from others.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It comes like from that, and you have to
so you were saying competition comes from others, that it comes from exterior,
from all these external messages. And I think we need to acknowledge that, be cognizant of that, and if we need to, like, shift that conversation, talk about it, and talk about how instead of, you know, feeling like you're in competition with your sister, with your hermana, you know, find a way to collaborate. Form partnerships, uplift each other, shout each other out on social media.
It's so difficult to reach out. It's so difficult to reach out. I think a lot of the times you feel like either you're not good enough, or you feel like maybe they're going to tell me no, and then you're already taking that no and you're running with it. You're like, well, forget them. But you haven't even asked. You haven't even asked if like they're willing to like partner with you, or like lend a hand out. Or sometimes we reach out to one person, and that one person we've had a bad experience, and then we define that with everybody.
With everyone,
yeah, and that's unfortunate. But Sheila, one last question: where do you feel social media is going to move towards next, and where do you feel you fit in?
Oh, social media. So where's it going to next? So I think, okay, there's all these like new platforms that are emerging and they're becoming popular. And I think that you need to be mindful of, you know, does that really align with like who you are as a person? Can you still get your message across that way? You know, are the people that you want to like speak to on that platform? You know, like I know that like all these other platforms, you know, are getting popular, like TikTok and all that stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But find a way, like, is it gonna align with like the content that you create, the message that you're trying to get out there? Don't just jump on it because you want to just try to like get more followers,
get popular,
become popular. No, find at the core like what is your message, what are you trying to do, you know, and focus in on that, you know, like even in myself, I've had to like, hey, step back.
That's a good message. Yeah,
and focus on like the message that I'm putting out.
So where do you fall in? Where do you fall in for the future of social media?
I do want to like expand on, you know, social media, especially like my Instagram. You know, I want to launch a Divina Latina, you know, IGTV series.
Oh, nice.
So that's something that I'm interested in. But also I want to create something that is also like my own, you know, and focus in on like having my own platform, you know, through like, you know, my website. Like I have a blog site and everything, you know, and I want for, you know, people to be able to go there and still read like, you know, my journey and the messages and what can you take from it from there. You know, because one platform one day can be extremely popular and then what if the next it's like it's not, you know? So you still have to have something that is your own.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you want to live outside of social media, not just on social media.
Not just on social media.
I mean, it's really good to start there, and it's really good to hold on to some, but like somebody said last time, when Facebook is gone, what do you have left?
Exactly. And you need to be able to build something that is your own.
More than,
And also build a community. Think about also the community outside of that, you know?
Yeah.
Like I have a very strong community that I'm a part of here in Austin, of women of color, of other Latinas, and we meet with each other, we go to events and organizations, you know what I mean, that is things that we do outside of just social media. So while social media is a great connector, and I firmly believe in it, and I love it, and I love to use it in that way to connect with other mujeres and all that stuff. Okay, well, what are you doing outside of that? You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Go beyond the social media, beyond sharing your story on social media. What is it that you're also doing? I think social media is a great place to start off, but you should be outside. That's a really good, thank you. That's a really good pointer. ¿Qué estás haciendo más than just living on your phone? What are you doing more than just sharing your story online? Do more than that. Yeah.
Those same relationships that you build on social media.
Yeah, not that it's bad that you're sharing, not that it's bad that you're sharing your message or you're sharing your story, but what else are you doing? Like, are you that's a really good, I'm thinking about that. I'm coming to my senses here. Like, I'm like organizing thoughts myself. But before this camera turns off, I want to thank you, Sheila, so much for coming on here. You're my first guest with these mics and all this equipment. But thank you, Sheila.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And bye.
Bye.